I finally got my Renegade fixed. Bought some parts for it. So I'm using that now for the detailed stuff because it was kind of getting hard with the Omni because the tip and cone are getting worn out and I'm using higher pressure than normal. So I knocked down everything and I'm going to be using solid black for the darkest parts, and I'm going to be using the Omni to do that stuff and just detail the small stuff with the Spirit Renegade to avoid a lot of heavy overspray in some areas to keep some areas clean. Once eventually I'm gonna get the hang of how to record a how-to video, but either way, till then this will do the trick. You can either freehand everything or use a line drawing. Whatever works best for you. I was testing out the Renegade last night, and I couldn't get the detailing that I wanted, so I'm like, kind of got frustrated. I just threw up a line drawing on it, over it. So all the pre-existing stuff, I gotta erase it and blend it all out. And I swapped the nozzle cone on this one. So it's working a whole lot better now. Right now I'm just trying to get all the darkest colors in. And this black is straight 100% black right out of the bottle. And then I reduced this. At first it was over reduced to dirty water, but it didn't get what I wanted on this paper because it's just absorbing everything. So I ended up adding a bit more, so now it's darkened enough. So I think it's about at a 20% darkness of black, 20 to 30% more compared to the straight black, because before it was super diluted and it wouldn't stick or dry fast enough. And I'm using Aquaflow paint right now. I bought a brand new paint set that I thought I was going to be able to use for current events that I had lined up, but ended up getting canceled, so it's all good. And right now I'm just doing the overall general direction of the beanie and the little texture nods of being knitted. I'm going to pull out with an eraser, an electric eraser that has the abrasive eraser on it, because they do come in different shapes and textures. The white one, it's a super soft one that's made to peel off everything soft and smooth as possible. Then they have this blue one that's harder and stiffer and it has sand mixed in it, so you get more random texture patterns a whole lot faster, and it works great when you're building trying to take paint off that's built up and dried up for a while. And then I'm also going to be using a standalone for the hair. It's also mixed with sand, and then a pencil eraser. And this is the image I'm working off of. And I'm gonna be using the electric eraser to give me that knitted textured pattern for the beanie. And then I'm gonna go over it and do a soft overspray to dull it up because it's too bright right now. I'm just trying to get the texture out of it to give it that illusion, because that's all this is, an illusion of something. A bunch of chicken lines messed up together to make it look like something decent. So over it, give it some overspray just to dull it down so it's not as bright. Just trying to get that illusion. And since I have this all messed up, all kind of weird, I'm gonna get overspray all over here, so it's gonna give it a nice cool pattern once I do the textured background on this one. I'm back. I gotta go get this little stencil to edge up the eyebrows. That's the thing with airbrushing, you gotta get in real tight to get super sharp, crisp lines, or you just use a quick template with the shape and overspray it and build it up faster. It just depends on what you want to do or trying to copy. But either way, it's just a preference. me. Like right now, I gotta sharpen up this little area since I think she did the makeup with the full brush. So you gotta find a curve that matches that pattern, and yes, sharpen that one little area, and then feather everything off to whatever side you want, because you don't want to overwork it too much. And just slowly build it up, because it will get dark. And you want to avoid any overspray that goes beneath the stencil. And then just feather it off to blend it. And right now I'm just going to be working the shadow that's on the beanie, dropping on the forehead. And the good thing about this, if you have a lot of overspray, eventually you'll get used to the overspray and have the overspray work with you and not against you. Because before I thought, oh my god, overspray is gonna ruin everything and all that stuff. And all it does is actually makes things easier, because you gotta make sure you have full coverage of everything to dull down. That way you can bring back the subtle highlights and give it that sense of depth in it. So just the overspray automatically gives you a little wet area of color, and you can add more and push it to like it's pitch black. So that's why, like right here, you can see the difference between the solid black paint out of the bottle, the super soft area that's already oversprayed on, and what I'm throwing on right now. And you can just build upon that. So once I get this little area done, it'll look like a little beanie and a floating eye, and then chicken scratch right here. And depending how the shading is, you can get real tight to do super soft detailing in it. And then you can pull back and do a broad stroke of overspray of an overlay with the color. But if you see subtle details, just get in there real tight, feather it. Then when you come back, you do a full overspray, like for about this distance, see? Just to dust everything over, to blend it all out. Just try to make sure you copy the shapes you see on the reference picture you're using. And eventually your airbrush will get clogged up from a lot of movement. You get some tip dry, and the paint just dries up instantaneously because the air is just drying it up real quick, and it clogs it inside. So you gotta do a little test pattern here and there to just clean it out or backwash it. And for backwashing, all you have to do is put your finger over the front end of the airbrush and pull back. And you see it bubble it up. And you clear it out. Then you get back to it again. Like right now I'm just sketching in the little black area to get it basically black.